best way slash intense pool setup tips. I just wanted to throw this video up because I saw my own in research, and a few of the videos kind of scared me. So first things first, when you're setting this up, keep an eye on your pavers, or whatever you use to pad it if you're on softer ground. You're gonna have to move them, as the legs get moved out. This one in particular, even though I was keeping an eye on it, this is a little closer than I'd like it to be. It is not touching, but it is still very close, especially on that end. So I'm going to pad that a little better as soon as I'm done with this video, because there's not much else I can do at this point. I can use a little bit of yoga mat. That's going to be cheap. There are other things you can grab, like at Home Depot, but you know, for just a couple pavers that I'm going to pad, I think that works. This was my own personal thing. You know, is it a little ugly? Sure, but it's on the back side of the pool. Nobody's going to see it. On the front side of the pool, you basically don't see hardly anything, so it's not ugly from that side. But Dollar Tree, you can grab these hooks and they will hold your stuff pretty well. And I just rigged it up so that it stayed. It's extra, it needs to be cut off. So it hangs from here and it's stable there and it holds my little thing. Otherwise, I made a little house for my plug. I put the outlet up on 3 logs just in case, because I have this drainage runs off and it's in an angle, so I just wanted to make sure in case of heavy rains that plug is not sitting in rain. Just to me, common sense. I didn't like it, and then I don't really like it getting rained on, so I gave it a little house, a little weight, and that's about it. Otherwise, I keep my pool level, and I stayed within the specifications of the manual, and mine was pavers, or they'd actually told me to use wooden plank things, no more than 3/4 of an inch. That's a little off, but I think it was 0.79. But either way, I got a couple pine fence boards and we cut them, and that worked well. People are using, if you're going to use pavers, that's great because these might crack, we'll see. But again, it was within the specifications in the manual, and it was easy and it was cheap. And I didn't feel like burying pavers this year because I would have had to do that, because they're anywhere from, I think, like 1.5 inches to 2.5 inches thick, what was in stock at my local supply stores. And trying to bury those and keep everything level was So some people are finding that, you know, their ground is unlevel, so they're putting extra pavers under to make the frame level, and then going from there. Here's why I don't recommend that. I'm not an engineer. I did go to tech school, and I think critically. So while your frame might be level, your pool on the bottom is still not. And this is basically a giant Ziploc bag, and this is what's holding the majority of the weight, not the frame. They're working hand in hand, but this liner is holding all that water weight. You're talking about tens of thousands of pounds. And when you lift a certain section, you're putting that weight on the bottom and on the side of the liner still. If you don't fill in the ground underneath it, there's just so much weight hanging on this liner, you're asking for a rip. You're asking for your pool to not last as long. Best case scenario. Worst case scenario, you get a terrible rip, or depending on how off your pool is, catastrophic failure. Now that's rare, but some people got like a pool like a foot off level. That scares me. This one was laser leveled and cut out professionally, and it's still off by about 2 inches. And you know, it's a small section. I'll fix it next year, but I'm not too worried about it. But no matter how good you try to get it, sometimes it can be a little funky. Lastly, go ahead and weight down your ladder. I used a couple pavers on the outside, but it does help, and it just, you know, makes kids and even me feel a little more comfortable, and then your ladder isn't smacking into the frame sides. So those are my tips, other than I did get the other last thing is I got a waterproof pouch for my phone, but I still don't trust it. So I took a pool noodle and cut off a couple pieces. I put a slit on one, put it across the top of the little Ziploc bag to help it float a little better there, and put the other one right underneath it, and then I wrapped the cord around it, and it floats nicely on my pool. I'm also going to take a couple little cuts of pool noodle, super glue them onto the bottom of a Dollar Tree bowl, and make myself a little floating pool bowl. Otherwise, I got myself an adjustable table from Home Depot for $40, and it closes up. I have it to the side right now so that the dog doesn't accidentally get in the pool. But it was a quick thing that I can set up, have a little something extra to hold my stuff. Helps the dog get into the pool. She's got a dock to help her get out. But now I can tip it over. I'm gimpy. I can tip it over, put it up, and I don't have to worry about anything. So those are my tips and my tricks. If you want to put your pool up on pavers to level it rather than doing it the right way, you do that. Everybody, you know, has to make their own choices. This is another one that I will probably pad a little bit, especially since this is the low end, and I expect that might sink a little bit. Everybody has to take their own risks. I'm taking a little bit of a risk here. My friend got that for me. Isn't that awesome? So, you do you, but just be safe. Have a good time.